Apparently, there are multiple accounts of two individuals, two men, going and talking to smaller influencers. So people who don't have like an enormous audience, just influencers, podcasters, comedians, going and approaching these people and asking them if they are endorsed by any companies to talk about the Diddy situation.
Patriots, this is my biggest update and titillation to date. I am not lying. I will post the video after I do this video message. I was just visited by two private investigators that came to my back door. I am not lying to you. I thought I was being pranked by a friend. They said, "Are you the social media influencer, Secret Service Sam?" I said, yes. They asked me if I was being paid by any company to do these videos on Diddy. They specifically said it was talking about Diddy. Patriots, I am now scared, literally. I am scared for my life. They came to my back door. I will post the video. These two gentlemen were as nice as they could be, but this is surreal. I need help from all of you. I need you to get me to a bigger, larger following so we can draw more attention to this. I am a comedian. Literally, I am a comedian doing satire on TikTok, and I had two private investigators who said they represent a company that was offering to pay me more money than some other company that was paying me to say this crap about. Please, Patriots, I desperately need anybody's help or information.
And one such person was a young woman named Amala Ekpanobi. She's a prominent YouTuber who received a very suspicious visit yesterday to, fortunately, a prior address of hers that was on file in California. Take a listen to what she tells the public about that visit.
Two private investigators just visited a place I used to live in search of me, and they were coming to ask me whether or not I've been paid to talk about P. Diddy and his connection to other celebrities on my show. Now, luckily, the person I used to live with called me on the phone so I could talk to these guys. They did not immediately disclose that they were private investigators. I had to coax that out of them through being quite hostile to them throughout the conversation. But they kept bringing up my content that I made in regard to P. Diddy and his connection to other celebrities. They would not say who they were working for and who had hired them to come and travel around to these different influencers. But they did say that they would be going to multiple influencers who are talking about these stories to figure out whether or not they're being paid by a specific entity to share them. Now, I am definitely not paid to talk about what I talk about on my channel, but they said not only would they pay me to disclose who I was being paid by, but they would pay me more than whatever I was getting to share the opposite story. I don't know who these guys were. I don't even know if they were telling the truth, but they did say there were 10 other influencers that they were going to be visiting. So I'm putting this out there in case this happens to anybody else, and I will be going more in depth as to what happened on my show today in case you want any further information. But this is very, very strange.
It's unbelievably strange that they would be knocking door to door and offering people money. But look, she's just one person. Maybe she's completely lying about things, except it turns out that she wasn't lying. She's definitively being truthful, and she wasn't the only person that got visited.
So, my point is, it's very interesting that these people, who knows where they come from, I don't know, these people are approaching these smaller influencers who are not owned by any independent country or company. They're being approached and actively silenced. And I think the reason why is because they're fighting so hard for this cascade and this facade. There is so much evil stuff that goes on in Hollywood, and I think that Hollywood still has enough of a facade going where it's worth fighting for. There's a chance to keep it on the down low. And it just makes me wonder what kind of stuff is going on behind the scenes that we don't hear about. Because then you have to consider where that information comes from. Oh, I happened to see a video on the internet, but what other kind of stuff is going on that we never hear about?